Personal experience tells me that life does not fizzle out after 45. If anything, it sizzles. This transitional time truly can be the glorious spark that lights the fire of your biggest, boldest, most beautiful life. Personal experience also tells me that this is a journey best traveled with other women who get it. Keep listening, my friend. I'm here to help you expand your social circle, connect with other women in midlife and beyond, and do it in a way that feels just right for you. Hi there, my friend. You are listening to Flipside of Midlife with me, Karli Newman. This is the place for women in midlife and beyond who want to feel happy, healthy, and fulfilled. Helping you explore this beautiful chapter of life, tap into your dreams, and prioritize you are at the heart of my business, 823 Group Arizona. Let me show you how many ways you can pack your life with joy, meaning, well-being, and you know it, a lot of fun. I'm here with insights and inspiration to help you foster whole life wellness so you can ensure these years are your absolute best years. Are you craving more quality connections with women but aren't sure how to make them happen? Well, you are not alone, my friend. It's something I hear from my clients all the time. I'm a fan of having easy-to-use tools ready to go when it comes to boosting your happiness levels. I'm back with the third in a series of 4 short episodes, each focused on a different happiness hack. In this episode, you'll come up with where you want to find opportunities to connect, decide on your default conversation starters and breakaways, and know how to approach stepping into the acquaintance zone. Okay, I know that's probably not a thing. Definitely not a thing. But friendship doesn't just happen after meeting once and having one conversation. You gotta be acquaintances first, right? No matter the size and makeup of your social circle, when you connect and engage in real conversations with other women in midlife and beyond, you feel seen and heard. You feel part of a community bonded through life experience. I think it's safe to say that the pandemic threw us all for a loop socially. Even if you created an in-person COVID bubble, your social wellness was far from normal, whatever your normal looked like previously. Now that we're 2/3 of the way through 2023, there's a good chance you've started to create a new normal from those ashes. So while you're at it, why not layer in more of the components that enhance the flip side of midlife? The benefits of social connection and friendship range from reduced loneliness and stress to improved physical and emotional health and longevity. And it's undeniable that friendships between women are different than our mixed gender friendships. Here's a little side note. I'm not talking about enduring mean girl encounters. Those only add stress to your life, and you are way past tolerating that. I'm talking about cultivating positive, supportive, and uplifting connections with other women. So how do you go about it? Let's start with my top 3 tips for easing into new social settings and connecting with other women. If you have any level of discomfort with meeting new people or going into new situations, these will help you. Number 1, be curious. Go in with the intention of learning about the women in the room. That's it. You don't have to go in with any other expectations or boxes to check. A curious attitude helps you listen, and it helps you ask good questions as you engage in conversations. It will also help you break away from one conversation to enter another. Trust me, curiosity is one of your best friends. Number 2, have open and friendly body language, the first of which is a smile on your face. It doesn't have to be a big cheesy grin, but a friendly smile goes a long way in making others feel comfortable, and it makes them want to talk to you. Believe it or not, putting on a smile actually makes you feel better too. To appear approachable, be aware of what your arms are doing. Avoid crossing them in front of you. That is a universal symbol for I am not approachable. If you're in the habit of standing this way, just shake out your arms. Let them hang loose and naturally by your side, or try placing one hand in a pocket or on the strap of your handbag. Here's a trick I use. Grab a glass of water and use both hands to hold on to it. This is a helpful tip for those of you who are like me and tend to gesture wildly with your hands when you're talking. For me, an extrovert, it's something I catch myself doing in a really big way when I'm excited, and meeting new people gets me excited. I recognize that this is something that others may not react well to. It might intimidate them or even scare them. So holding on to that bottle or glass of water helps me keep that under control. If you're sitting down, let your hands rest naturally in your lap. You can always use the holding onto your drink tip here too if you need to. Practice the different ways of standing or sitting down in front of a mirror. It helps you notice if your body language really does look approachable and open, and it also helps you feel more comfortable when you're in the moment. The last thing you want to be worrying about is feeling awkward and wondering what to do with your hands. Practice ahead of time, and it will alleviate that bit of worry. My last tip here is to be positive you. I don't mean to be fake or inauthentic. I simply mean to keep the good vibes flowing, my friend. Don't complain or vent or share a sad story, unless that's the type of event you're attending, of course. If you find yourself in a conversation where someone else is bringing down the energy, be the person who is supportive in a positive way, and then look for a way to shift the conversation. If you find yourself in a cluster of low vibes, excuse yourself with a smile and move on to find or start positive conversations. Decide ahead of time that you will not stay in a conversation that doesn't feel good. This is a really, really important tip for those of you who dread going into social situations and meeting new people. You want to feel good, and deciding ahead of time where your boundaries lie is a really great thing to help ease some of that anxiety. All right, I think it's time to move on to some thinking and writing. Grab your journal, notebook, or favorite app and get ready to hit pause if you're working through this now. If not, listen to the end of the episode and check the show notes or transcript for the time marker so you can land right here when you're ready. Let's start by answering 3 questions. For each, I'll share one of my answers with you. First, write down 3 or more activities you like to do. For me, exploring Phoenix is one of my favorite activities. Next, write down 3 or more causes you care about. A cause I care about is supporting local women-owned businesses. Next, write down 3 or more activities you'd like to try for the first time or that you'd like to learn more about. My answer? I'd love to take a mocktail making class to learn about mixing flavors and to have more fun, non-alcoholic options at the ready. Your answers to these 3 questions will come into play as we move through the rest of the episode. Now let's move on to creating your default conversation starters and breakaways. Even if you're a seasoned extrovert, it can boost your confidence when you're meeting new people to have a few ways to start and end conversations in your back pocket. I'm going to provide a few here where you'll fill in the blanks, and then you'll get to brainstorm a few that feel right just for you. All right, here we go. Hi, I'm, insert your name. I'm new around here. How about you? I'm happy to be here learning about fill in the blank. What brought you here today? I love fill in the blank. What are some of the things you love to do in your free time? Now it's your turn. If these don't feel like you, come up with as many starters as you want to. The idea here is to have at least one easy introduction, one that relates to the social setting you're in, and one that helps you continue a conversation when those inevitable, awkward long pauses arise. Okay, now for your conversation breakaways. Here are my fill-in-the-blank examples. It's been nice meeting you. Fill in her name. Please excuse me. Please tell me your name again. Thank you. I'm, insert your name. It's been so nice talking to you. Fill in her name. I promised myself I'd meet as many of the women here as possible. I hope to chat again soon. Thank you for helping me feel welcome. Fill in her name. I don't want to miss meeting a few more of the women here. Enjoy the day. Now is your chance to create the conversation breakaways that feel most comfortable for you. If you're not great at remembering names, come up with a way that helps you ask for a name so you can use it before you exit the conversation. Of course, if you're leaving a group conversation, that's not needed. The idea here is to use your own words to close a conversation and move on to the next one. If easing into and out of conversations in a social setting is challenging for you, practice saying your starters and breakaways in a mirror. It may feel awkward at first, but I promise it will help when you go to use them. They'll roll off your tongue more easily. Let's move on to approaching the acquaintance zone. I know, I made it up. At least I think I did. But first, allow me to point something out here. You do not have to go into any social setting expecting to find new best friends. That may very well happen for you, but please know that increasing your acquaintance circle with women who lift each other up will also boost your social wellness. Kickstarting acquaintances requires time spent together. Forming friendships requires even more time spent together. Don't let an opportunity slip by. When you feel a connection with a woman you meet, let her know. Here's some things you can say to do that. I really love talking to you today. Would you be open to meeting for coffee or lunch in the next few weeks? I saw that this group meets regularly. How about getting together before or after the next one? I feel like we both love fill in the blank. Can we find a time to insert a common interest here sometime soon? Take the next few minutes to create as many personalized acquaintance zone approaches as you feel you need. And again, go ahead and say them out loud to yourself. You want them to roll off your tongue when the golden opportunity presents itself. Okay, let's wrap up with ideas on where to meet other women in midlife and beyond so you can put all of this into action. No prompts here, but definitely some thinking and research are involved. Hands down, my number one recommendation is to visit meetup.com and start searching for events and different groups. I've met some amazing women who enhance my life on Meetup. Put in your location and use your answers from the first 3 questions as search terms. I also recommend using the distance and category filters paired with and without your search terms. I found 2 groups I love by searching for midlife women and over 50. On Meetup, there's a group for pretty much any interest. You are sure to find options on Meetup. My second recommendation is to look at your answers to those first 3 questions and brainstorm the obvious. Where do you already belong or frequent or know about that could be an opportunity to meet other women in midlife and beyond? My last recommendation is to search Google using your interests, location, and women over whatever age you want to put in as your keywords. If you're not sure how to refine your searches to get better results, Google search for that first. You'll get some good tips that will help you get better results. Look for events, groups, and organizations that appeal to you. Whew, we covered a lot here today. Let's review the key takeaways from this episode. Number 1, positive social connections and friendships with other women in midlife and beyond are important to your overall wellness. Number 2, putting intentional thought into how and where you want to foster your social wellness makes it easier to create quality connections. And number 3, it takes time to establish yourself in the acquaintance zone and even more time to move into the friendship zone. Then it takes time to maintain your acquaintances and friendships. There are no right or wrong ways to do this. Figure out what works for all involved and recognize the value in forming these connections. Now that you have an armful of ways to expand your social circle, take action. Commit to building positive social connections with other women in midlife and beyond to enhance your well-being. It's a no-fail hack to help you live happier on the flip side of midlife. I'd love to hear from you. If you feel like sharing your thoughts on this episode, you can reach me at Karli@823groupaz.com. Thanks for listening to Flipside of Midlife. It means so much to me to have you here spending time with me. If what I share resonates with you, please follow, subscribe, rate, or write a review on your favorite podcasting platform. Doing so helps my content and messaging reach more women in midlife and beyond. This means you should also share with your girlfriends. I'm relaunching my online course, Make Happy a Habit, in mid-September. This 5-week course helps you gain deep awareness and understanding of what makes you happy and teaches you how to intentionally inject more joy into your life without overwhelm, guilt, or waiting for someday. Head to my website, 823groupaz.com, to join the waitlist to sign up for early bird access to special pricing and bonuses.